man, we're almost ready to go, man. Let me know. Let me know when we're starting. If you can start sooner rather than later. We are underway here at Buena High School. We are going to be going as if, okay, Dan has audio. That's good. And so we are starting right now. Powered by SSVEC. The award-winning Cool FM Sports is here at Buena High School for Nogales at Buena, and that is the second pitch off the arm of Cole Isaacson, evens the count at 1-1. Our broadcast today brought to you by Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative, Berean Academy, Desert RV in Huachuca City, Stan Greer Millworks, the MORSE Automotive Group, American Southwest Credit Union as that ball goes low. 2 balls, 1 strike to the leadoff hitter here for Nogales. TWN Communications, Prestige Remodeling and Restoration LLC, Vista Pros, Seniors Helping Seniors, The Doggo Lotto, Aloe Fiber, Sierra Toyota, Barnett's Towing and Propane, Copper Queen Community Hospital, Grasshopper Landscaping, and Ginger's Title Services. Ground ball to third base. Skylar Leone gets it over to first for the 1-up, 1 down out as we are underway here at Capola Field in Sierra Vista at Buena High School. These two teams met 48 hours ago in Nogales, and Nogales ended up winning 7-3. That is the one loss in Sierra Vista's Buena High School's 3 wins out of the last 4 games. The Apaches from Nogales on a tear. Winners of 5 straight coming in at 10-5. The Colts sit at 10-6-1 as that is a strike called on the inside part of the plate. 0-1 count to the number 2 hitter for Nogales. Again, Cole Isaacson, number 33 on the mound for Buena High School. Slapped into left field. No, right at the left fielder. Making a fantastic catch is number 5, Alex Jackson in left field, measuring that hit right at him. And there is 2 up, 2 down for Nogales here in the top of the first. Big thanks to John Berger on the camera. Dan the man back in the studio showing you the replays and then, of course, the score at the bottom of the screen. All sorts of great stuff. Wow, low in the strike zone, but called a strike nonetheless. Cole Isaacson, the left-handed pitcher. A fantastic young talent here for Buena High School. Of course, we say young. We've been watching him for several years here as he throws that one into the dirt, slips through the legs of the catcher. And remember, Cole is a junior, so he is the present and future of this team here at Buena. Nobody on, 2 down. 1-1 count. That goes high for ball 2, so 2-1. That fastball sailed a little bit high. As number 35 for Nogales. I do have my notes here. That's Diego Gomez, a senior for Nogales. Swings and misses at the low breaking ball. Evens the count. Deuces are wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Nobody on here in the top of the first. These two teams went 0-0 all the way through 4 innings until the 5th inning when Nogales broke open the floodgates and Nogales scored 5 runs in the bottom of the 5th. That is a high chopping ball that is fair and it runs out an infield single. Does Diego. So that will be counted as a hit. That is not an error. It just landed in the exact right spot for Diego to get aboard. So a 2-out infield single will bring up number 27 for Nogales. That's Juan Pablo Tapia, the 5'9", 185-pound senior catcher for this Nogales Apaches team. Winners of 10 games this season, 3-0 in the 5A Southern. This is a 5A Southern matchup here this afternoon on Cool FM Live. Beautiful pitch at the knees called strike. 0-1. 1 runner on, 2 down here in the top of the first. Again, these two teams battled each other 48 hours ago, and Nogales got the better of Buena, beating them 7-3. That breaking pitch did not come down. Nogales had that 5-run 5th inning and never looked back. But this is Nogales' third straight game in as many days. 2 days ago, they beat Buena. Yesterday, they beat Cholla 4-2. But 3 straight games is nothing to shake a stick at. That is absolutely difficult for the professionals to do, much less these student athletes who had pop quizzes, had tests, had class to go to these last 3 days. But 3 days, 3 games, Nogales at the plate, swing and a miss. And they will they throw down to first base? Yes, they will, just for the kicks. They throw it down to first. Nogales will leave one aboard, but get none across. It's 0-0, and we'll head to the bottom of the first. It is the award-winning Cool FM Sports. It's Jeff Davenport as we are live on YouTube, being streamed over to our Facebook platform, the Cool FM Live Facebook platform that everybody knows, that everybody loves here in Southern Arizona. It is the most trusted source of news in all of Cochise County, if not all of Southern Arizona, built by a guy named Todd Ryan, who is absolutely awesome. We can never sing his praises enough for what he's done and what he continues to do and give us opportunities to do, like calling this game today. Brought to you by SSVEC, presenting sports sponsor, powering our live stream youth sports coverage all season long. Thank you also to Berean Academy, proud support of local sports. We love covering Berean Academy and all of their sports, the winning 2 state championships in football in the last 3 years in the Canyon Athletic Association, the 8-man football division. And they are such a proud school and creating a proud history of their own each and every season. Thank you to Jeff Rose in Huachuca City at Desert RV, aiming to build a community that surpasses RVs by giving back through local youth sports sponsorships, veteran support, community fundraising events, and so much more. Hey, if you're in the market for a new fifth wheel travel trailer, RV, anything like that, make sure you go see desertrvcenter.com. Stop by and see Jeff Rose and the team there. Thank you to Stan Greer Millworks, Southeastern Arizona's premier supplier of custom doors and windows, spanning over 40 years with offices in South Sierra Vista in the Hereford area on South Highway 92, as well as in Tucson. You can discover more at stangreermillworks.com and pass on a legacy with Stan Greer Millworks, powered by SSVEC. We are into the bottom of the first inning. On the mound for Nogales is number 7. That is Max Manson. On the mound, he is a 5'10", 185-pound senior. I don't see the 185 pounds there on number 7. Maybe they wear different jersey numbers. Maybe he's just a little bit taller than he looks, and that's where the weight comes from. I look at that, I don't necessarily see someone who weighs 185 pounds, John. I look at me, and I weigh about about $180 myself, and he looks a lot leaner and lankier than I do. But nonetheless, we're ready to go here. Getting a hot start with Skylar Leon. As that pitch comes in, a called strike to Skylar Leon. 0-1. Check swing, ball goes foul. So a quick 0-2 count to Skylar. Fastball check swing. Again, thinking about the fact that these two teams have met twice in the last 48 hours. You know, how much do they know? Wow, watch that pitch. Good eye by Skylar. It's hard to lay off a pitch like that. That's got to be so close. But he's got great patience there. Slaps it over to second base. Scooped up by the Nogales second baseman. Tossed over to first. 1 up, 1 down for Nogales. This is going to be one of those games. I think it'll be a pitcher's duel. These two teams, they're not 10-win teams by accident. They have won 10 games each because of the determination, the sheer willpower and force of will. Mason Staling coming into the batter's box. Up next for Buena, the sophomore in the number 2 slot. Boy, that fastball had some pop. It was up high, ball 1. But that was, I wouldn't be surprised if there was a radar gun on that. That was able to get up to about 80, 90 miles an hour. Mason puts the bunt down, goes right back to the pitcher, throws over to first. So even a bunt goes to the wrong spot. And that is 2 down now for Buena, as it brings up Aaron Cortez. Colton Garrett is in the on-deck circle wearing his catcher's gear on the shin guards, the knee and shin guards. But Aaron Cortez has his first at-bat here this afternoon. Watches that pitch up high for ball 1. This home plate umpire seems to be calling low. Only 2 umpires, 1 in the field, 1 behind the plate. Very difficult for them. Now, that one was low, but it was a little bit underneath the strike zone. So 2 balls, no strikes with 2 down. Nobody on here in the bottom of the first. Swing and a miss. Boy, he had the green light on that. And that fastball was coming in hot. Swung right underneath it. So a 2-1 count, still a hitter's pitch. As that goes outside, 3-1. Big time hitter's pitch coming with nobody on. And your first at bat, I assume, head coach Tommy Fernandez, who's the third base coach. I don't even know if he's on the screen, but right here in front of us. Boy, that was a foul tip into the catcher's mitt. Full count now with 2 down to Aaron Cortez. And that is a called strike 3. And that will retire the side. 3 up, 3 down for the Colts. It's still a 0-0 game as we'll head to the top of the second. Thank you so much to our sponsors who make this coverage possible, like the MORSE Automotive Group, Sierra Vista and Cochise County, backed by Morse. John and I stopped by the MORSE GMC Chevrolet Hyundai dealership on Fry Boulevard and had a great time with Siobhan there looking at that SUV, the Denali SUV. If you've missed that video, make sure you go back if you're in the market for a fantastic vehicle that is great for the family and a great daily driver. Then you need to go by and see that vehicle. And John, just so you know, I already lined us up for the Nissan store next week. So we'll go by the Ed Morse Nissan for the Vehicle of the Week video on Tuesday morning, right around 9:30 a.m. Video will be posted before 10. Thank you to American Southwest Credit Union. ASCU believes that youth sports builds character and the kind of community spirit that makes us all proud. At ASCU, your money stays local. Member NCUA, equal opportunity lender, American Southwest Credit Union in Sierra Vista, in Douglas, in Benson. Thank you to TWN Communications, delivering high-speed, affordable, and reliable internet and digital phone service with no data caps ever. Stay connected with the freedom and performance you deserve. Thanks to our good friends, the Turf Box sponsors of Doggo Lotto Prestige Remodeling and Restoration LLC, who's pioneered a visionary approach of customer-centric service. You can visit them at prestigesierravista.com. It's top of the second. 0-0 game. Again, it was 0-0 48 hours ago until the 5th inning when the Nogales Bats came alive and they had a 5-run 5th and never looked back. How will they do in this game? Well, they left 1 on in the first with 2 down. Got a 2-out infield single, but left them on. We'll see what on hell today the 6'2", 150-pound senior can do. Nogales, of course, wearing their gold and maroon colors, the gold jerseys with the maroon lettering. It's got that ASU kind of look. Buena wearing their home whites with the blue numbers. Beautiful fastball, but just missed outside. That'll be 2 balls, no strikes. Cole Isaacson on the mound for Buena. That is swinging a high fly ball to right center field. Center fielder calls it off and catches it out of the air. 1 down. Great communication there in the outfield with Buena's outfielder Vincent Haros, who leads the team in slugging percentage. The senior out there in the field making that catch. Having a little bit of cloud cover today certainly helps. The sun is still shining through the clouds as number 21, Andres Lopez, 6-foot junior, 155 pounds, steps into that batter's box takes a called strike to start his first at-bat in this game. Here in the top of the second inning. Glad you're joining us. Let us know in the live chat where you're watching us from. If you're watching us from Nogales, make sure you share this video around to your friends and family in the Nogales area. Hey, we love supporting all of our Southern Arizona teams, and having a 5A Southern matchup like this with two really strong teams, there's nothing better than a day at the ballpark for this. Foul tipped. So 1 ball, 2 strike count to Lopez. With nobody on, 1 down. Here in the top of the second at Capola Field at Buena High School in Sierra Vista, Arizona. Looking at 77 degrees, light breeze. That's going to be out of the strike zone. Even the count, 2 ball, 2 strikes. Good eye by Andres. So 2-2 count. Cole Isaacson from the stretch. That is up in the air to left field. Gets under it and makes the catch. 2 down. Alex Jackson out there in left has seen a little bit of action here. 2 pop flies to him, 2 straight innings and 2 outs. Brings number 10, Stevie Vasquez. The 5'10" senior, 175 pounds, leads the team in fielding thus far over the course of this season. Watches that inside strike called at the knees, 0-1. Glad to be out here at the ball field this afternoon watching these 2 outstanding teams. Swing and a miss, so 0-2. You know, it's interesting. I'm looking across the way, seeing that the Nogales team actually either made or has little cones that they're using to amplify their voices, which is kind of wild. I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, like cheerleader cones.
Yeah, like the cones that you see the cheerleaders do. They've got those over on their sideline as they're yelling out. Just a couple of them. Looks like 2 of them. 1-2 goes into the dirt, evens the count. Deuces are wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down here in the top of the second. Stevie Vasquez at the bat for Nogales. Deep breath in the pitch. Boy, oh my goodness, wow. That breaking pitch looked a little low from here, but the home plate umpire has a better view than we do. And that strikeout, brought to you by SSVEC, will retire the side. 3 up, 3 down. We head to the bottom of the second in a 0-0 game, which is what we expect when we see 2 10-win teams face each other. Will Buena's bats be able to come alive here in the bottom of the second? We will find out momentarily in a game powered by SSVEC, but brought to you by Vista Pros. Thank you to Vista Pros Heating and Cooling, proud supporters of our local athletes and the community we call home. Vista Pros, local, reliable, professional. Thank you to our good friends at Seniors Helping Seniors, where the caregivers are seniors themselves who show up ready to exceed expectations. Check them out at southernarizonaSHS.com. Thank you to the Doggo Lotto, the world's #1 shelter dog game show, and it's based right here in Sierra Vista. You can fetch your lucky numbers for free at coolfmonline.com/Doggo Lotto. Then watch the show every Monday, 6 p.m. Arizona time on Cool FM Live to see if you won. So far, over $2,500 in cash and prizes have been given away in about a year of us doing this show. I think it's got to be more than that, Dan. I'm thinking $2,500 seems a little low, but my goodness, with all the cash and prizes that have been given away over the course of the last 48, 49 weeks, it's pretty exciting to see what the Doggo Lotto is doing, and most importantly, it's shining a spotlight on the most adorable adoptable shelter dogs that you will ever see at the Nancy J. Brua Animal Care Center. Be sure to tune in to the Doggo Lotto. Leading off the bottom of the second, Colton Garrett, the catcher for Buena. Watches that first pitch go outside, 1-0. So Buena went 3 up, 3 down in the first. So Colton is in the #4 slot. High ground ball goes to the shortstop. He's going to have to throw over quickly, and he does. Boy, what a smooth motion by the shortstop. Diego Peral, the 5'6" sophomore, caught that ball on a short bounce. Got the throw over to first in time. There is one down. Got a feeling this is going to be a defensive gem of a game here today, as it is now pitcher versus pitcher. Cole Isaacson, the left-handed pitcher, steps into the left-handed side of the batter's box for his first at-bat. Fouls that one straight back to the backstop. That fouled off so hard it bounced all the way back into the field of play. And it appears that Max Manson will be using that ball. Again, Max Manson listed as number 7 on the Nogales Max Preps chart, a junior. Now that's a high bouncer to short again. And the throw over. Even easier for Diego Peral. 2 down. That'll bring up the left fielder, Alex Jackson, the senior. So Ajax coming in, stepping up to the plate for his first at-bat in this game. So far, a perfect game by Max Manson. Five up, 5 down. And now number 5 steps in to the batter's box. Ajax watches that first pitch go a little high, ball 1. Again, thank you so much for tuning in, spending part of your day with us. I'm just taking a quick glance over at the softball field because I don't know if something's wrong with the catcher. He's getting something adjusted there, but I'm looking over at the scoreboard because Nogales softball is here at Buena High School taking on the varsity softball team. And Nogales is up 5-1 in the first over there. Buena softball had a tough day at the office a couple days ago when we were here, and unfortunately off to a tough start in the first inning as they're down 5-1. That is called ball 2. That's going to be a called strike at the knees. Buena High School principal Nicole Young is over here, former head coach for 30 years plus. Mark Schaefer is here on this third base side as well. See if we can get a word in with either of them. That is going deep into shallow right field, but shading over was the second baseman to make the catch, the throw, and the put out at first. 6 up, 6 down. A perfect game through 2 for number 7, Max Manson of Nogales. We head to the top of the third. In a game powered by SSVEC, we are also brought to you by our fantastic sponsors at Dan the Man back in the studios, putting up on the screen for you right now, including Allo Fiber, your new home team, internet, TV, and phone provider. Visit allofiber.com to learn more about the Allo Fiber difference and become a fiber fan. Thank you to Sierra Toyota, the presenting sponsor of the Doggo Lotto every Monday at 6 p.m. Arizona time. Hey, right now, Sierra Toyota, they want to buy your car, your truck, your SUV. You can get your vehicle appraised in 30 minutes or less, and get this, no vehicle will be turned away from Sierra Toyota, locally owned, community driven. Thank you to Barnett's Towing and Propane, serving Southern Arizona since 1963. And our good friends at Copper Queen Community Hospital, the caregivers and administrators and healthcare providers there at Copper Queen with locations in Bisbee, in Douglas, and in the Hereford Palominas area. Contact them for all of your medical needs. Thank you to Grasshopper Landscaping. Boy, it's that time of year. I don't know if you're like me, you're about 5'10" named Jeff. No, if you're like me, you got allergies. This is allergy season. This thing's springing up, but you know what that means? That means that life is coming back to our area, and we need Grasshopper Landscaping to take care of it. Make sure you contact Grasshopper Landscaping on their Facebook page. They will do just that. Thank you to all of our sponsors. You can see them all in the post description. Leading off the top of the third is number 33, Danny Cereso. 5'7", 145-pound junior outfielder for this Nogales Apaches team. Again, Nogales sitting at 10-5, a 10-win team. just like the Buena Fighting Colts. And Nogales currently sits 3-0 in the 5A Southern, and the only blemish on that 5A Southern record of the Colts being at 2-1. The one in that 2-1 happened 48 hours ago in Nogales to this Nogales team. Cole Isaacson behind in the count, 2-1, but I'm sorry, 2-0, puts a strike across the plate, makes it 2-1. Danny Cerezo at the plate. Hey, again, if you're watching us from Nogales, be sure to share this video around. Tag your friends and family. Let them see your Nogales Apaches. Fantastic season that they're having. We know they are playoff bound. Excuse me. And that's going to be high and ball 4. So a leadoff walk to start the top of the third. We'll bring up the shortstop, Diego Peral, who's only a sophomore. A 5'6", 130-pound sophomore at short. He was looking like the Wizard of Oz. Good old Ozzie Smith out there. It was so smooth on those pickups. We'll see what he can do with the bat in his first at-bat here in this game. Cole looks over at first base. Pitch is inside, 1-0. With one on, nobody out. And that will bounce in the dirt. So 2-0. It looked like there might have been a missed sign from the runner on first, Danny, because the third base coach, who I believe is the head coach at Nogales, was kind of shouting out at him, saying that he needed to go when that ball was in the dirt. And that's going to be 3-0, I believe, to the shortstop, Diego Peral. Remember, when these two teams faced each other 48 hours ago, 2 days ago, it was 0-0 through 4. He was taken all the way. But Cole hit the strike zone on the outside part of the plate. 3-1, still a hitter's pitch. Coming to number 2, Diego Peral with a runner on first, nobody out. Wind picking up a little bit. Here at Capola Field, bunt shown, and fouls the bunt back. That fastball was up high. Had he pulled the bat back, I believe that would have been ball 4 and put 2 on with nobody out. But instead, it runs the count full. So Cole is actually lucky that Diego ended up trying to bunt that ball. So the payoff pitch, the throw back over to first. Danny is safe as you hear the chants and the yelling coming from the Nogales bench. Looks like Buena softball is trying to make a comeback. It's 5-2 now over on the softball field, as I can barely see the scoreboard. Runner goes, and it is a hit and run, executed to perfection. As the ball goes into right center field, gets bobbled. They need to send the runner home. No! I don't know who was watching, but the alertness of Diego Peral making the run from first to second puts 2 in scoring position for Nogales here in the top of the third with no outs. So the hit and run pushed the second baseman over to second, and now the infield will play in as number 42, Haciel Garcia. The junior will come to the plate as they decide to talk about it with no outs. It was the 5th inning 48 hours ago when the bats of Nogales came alive. It's the top of the third here, and Buena's looking to be in trouble with no outs and 2 in scoring position for the Apaches. Infield definitely playing in. They're not covering the bags. After a meeting on the mound of the entire infield, Cole pitches from the stretch. Settles in. Deep breath and the pitch. That goes high. Ball 1. After two really solid innings by Cole, a little shaky here in the third. The infield is going to play for that throw home. And that is fouled right at us, right at Nicole Young, who put her hands up. She was ready to catch that. She would have fielded that. She was so on that. She brings her glove to the baseball field to catch those foul balls. Bring it back, get a snack, Nicole. It's fun. Yes, that's true. Yeah, get the autograph. Yeah, absolutely. Principal Young hanging out here. Principal Nicole Young. We absolutely adore her and everything that she does for this school. Glad that she's over here hanging out with us today. Haciel looked like he called time, but they didn't give him time. That pitch goes high. It'll be 2 balls, 1 strike with 2 in scoring position and no outs. Head coach Oscar Favela Jr. shouting out, be the guy. As you hear the chants, and that is high. It is ball 3. Cole Isaacson is in trouble here in the top of the third. A 3-1 count to Haciel Garcia. From the stretch, the 3-1 pitch. That is inside ball 4. The bases are loaded with no outs. And that will send out one of the coaches from Buena. And this might be the end of the line for Cole Isaacson. He's walking out with a baseball. He might be handing off. No, he hands the ball to his infield. His infield's going to toss it around a little bit. He's going to have a chat with his pitcher and his first baseman as they make sure that they know what to do here in a situation like this. Bases loaded, no outs. Nogales has Buena's back against the wall here in the third. Home plate umpire slowly marches his way out to the mound. As they're all warmed up now. The base runners for Nogales head back to their respective bases. Haciel on first, Diego on second, and Danny on third. And that brings up lucky number 13, Nico Bernal. 5'9", 155 pounds, senior outfielder for the Apaches. With the bases loaded and no one out. First pitch is high, ball 1. Excuse me. All the pollens and things flying around out here in this breezy early April day. Hope everybody had a fun April Fool's Day. Let us know what prank you pulled and how good it was. And that goes in the dirt outside. It's 2-0. The breaking pitch not getting across. The fastball up in the zone. So Nico patiently waiting at bat. Looking for that strike. He knows it's coming, and there it is. So 2 balls, 1 strike. Fastball just a little up in the zone. The third base coach, head coach, Oscar Favela Jr., shouting out instructions to his base runner and his batter, getting their attention. The 2-1. Oh, what a good eye. And that runs it to 3 balls, 1 strike. Couldn't get him to chase. The fastball up and outside. As the Apaches continue their chanting from the dugout. I should say they're barking from the dugout. 3-1 pitch from Cole Isaacson. Is slapped up and over the head of the first baseman. Goes into right field. 1 run will score. The other runner will round third. It is a 2 RBI single that puts runners at the corners with no outs here in the top of the third. Clutch hit by Nico Bernal, putting that hit just over the head, bouncing up over the head of the Buena first baseman into right. And Nogales strikes first. It's 2-0. Number 35, Diego Gomez, the 5'10", 165-pound senior, steps to the plate. Lefty versus lefty. That first pitch goes outside, ball 1. This is dangerous territory for the Colts here. A 5A Southern opponent that has won 5 straight. And this is their 3rd straight game in as many days. Swing and a miss. Evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Great base running by Nogales to get those 2 runs in. On that RBI single, they throw back over to first. Not even bothering to fake the throw to first and try to get the runner on third, as runners are on the corners right now. Cole from the stretch. Throws back over to first base, and they will let the runner go. And Buena ends up not making the throw to second in time. And now there's 2 in scoring position again for Nogales with no outs here in the top of the 3rd. My goodness, the pickoff move worked to perfection, but Nogales was able to weasel their way through it because of the double pump by the Colts first baseman. Instead, the infield comes in. I believe it's a 1-1 count. Swing and a miss. So it should be 1 ball, 2 strikes. It is 1 ball, 2 strikes. To Diego at the plate for the Apaches. Popped up. Shallow center field. Sprinting in. Makes the catch. They fake. The going to home. Oh my goodness. The ball gets past the catcher, but luckily there was Cole backing him up just like he should be. It looked like the ball ricocheted off the glove of Caleb Piper, the first baseman. So there is finally 1 out here in the top of the 3rd. There will still be 2 in scoring position as Tommy Fernandez comes out to have a word with the home plate umpire. Looks like he will make a pitching change here in the 3rd. Or maybe there's something else going on. Maybe they're going to talk about whether the player left the base before the ball was caught. And Tommy has a question about that. Okay, he had that question, and now he comes out to the mound. So that should be the end of the day for Cole Isaacson. As Tommy's having a conversation with his infielders. Not sure if he's made the decision yet or if he's finalized the decision to take Cole out of the game or move him to another infield position to a double switch. No, he's staying with him. So 1 out, 2 in scoring position for Nogales. They have a 2-0 lead here in the top of the third. And Cole will stay on the mound as Juan Pablo Tapia, the 5'9", 185-pound senior catcher, gets his second at-bat of this game here in the top of the third. Buena infield playing in, not covering any base. You're going to try it for the force at home. Should Jaciel Garcia attempt to head home on an infield hit. That's going to be high, ball 1. A long third inning for number 33 on the mound for Buena. Over on the softball field, still 5-2 now in the third for Buena versus Nogales varsity softball. It's 2-0 here and a 2-0 count on the varsity baseball field, Cupola Field, here at Buena High School. So much chatter coming from that Nogales dugout. As Juan Pablo swings way out in front of that breaking pitch. 2 balls, 1 strike. This would be a huge strikeout here if Cole can keep finding the plate or if Juan Pablo ends up swinging and missing 2 more times. Pops it way high, way deep into left field. Ajax looking up. It bounces right up against the wall. 2 runs will score. Juan Pablo rounds second, and he will head to third, and he gets tagged out at third. A huge play by the defense, but 2 runs come in as the second out is tagged out at third. Juan Pablo had a slight hesitation as he was rounding second and came around, stopped for just about a half a step. He might have been able to run that out had he not stopped, but instead he was gunned down at third, and it is a 4-0 lead for Nogales. Angel today, 6'2" senior, steps up to the plate. Base is empty. That pitch out of the zone, ball 1. Boy, that was so close to being a massive home run. It literally bounced right in front of the wall or the fence here at Buena High School. What a deep fly ball. And Nogales, known for their base running, unfortunately, that stutter step right around second ended up costing them another base runner on third. Instead, it's 2 down. And that is popped up in the air in foul territory. First baseman going over, not even making the catch, and even, oh my goodness. Mason trying to make the catch, diving down as he and Caleb were both going for that ball in foul territory. Probably should have been the third out. We'll see if that comes back to haunt the Colts. Instead, it's a 1-ball, 2-strike count, which is a good thing for Cole Isaacson. Cole ahead in the count from the stretch. 2 down. That goes low, evens the count. Deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down, 4-0 here in the top of the third. They scored 5 in the 5th 48 hours ago, and Nogales has put 4 across the plate in the third. And watches that pitch, a called strike 3, and this long top of the third will mercifully come to an end. But not before Nogales' bats come alive and they put 4 across the plate here in the third, and we'll head to the bottom of the third and see how the Colts respond. Now open on Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. for all your vehicle title, registration, driver's license identification, written testing, road testing, so much more. It's all behind the pink door at 999 East Fry Boulevard. Thank you to Berean Academy, our good friends over there. We're so proud of their athletic programs and academic programs. I went to Berean Academy last week. A friend of mine was giving a presentation on the history of Star Wars as the film class was watching Star Wars, and so they had the foremost Star Wars experts when it comes to toys, cards, anything collectible for Star Wars. My friend Chris Cooper, shout out to Chris, who is a Berean Academy fan. He's got his kids go to Berean. He was able to give a lecture, an hour-long lecture to the film class, and he invited me to be there. He brought his literally just a small fraction of his priceless Star Wars collectible possession, including the Boba Fett with the shooting rocket launcher that was pulled off the market. There's only 23 in existence that are known of, and the last one sold for over $1 million. He brought his in along with tens of thousands of dollars worth of other stuff to show the Berean Academy film class and talk about Star Wars, its legacy, before they ended up seeing that movie. I hope they enjoyed it there at Berean. Definitely hope you're enjoying this game here, as it is powered by SSVEC. Giovanni Henderson, number 15, coming to the plate. It's been a perfect game thus far for number 7, Max Manson. For Nogales, Giovanni, the sophomore, according to Max Preps, leads Buena High School in fielding percentage. So we know he's great with the glove. How's he going to be with the bat? Can the bats come alive for Buena? It's a 2-0 count. And that's going to be a called strike on the outside part of the plate. So 2-1. Gio fouls that one back, evens the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. As I'm standing still so long, my watch says it's time to stand. I've been standing this whole time, stupid iWatch. I guess I should. I did legs last night. I worked out, did lunges last night. 3 balls, 2 strikes, good eye by Gio. And swings at a low pitch. That will trail foul down the right field side. Stays at a full count. To the leadoff hitter here in the bottom of the third. Buena down 4-0. Swing and a miss. That strikeout brought to you by SSVEC, serving our community. There is a pitcher warming up in the Buena bullpen. I believe it is. And it is Mason Staling warming up out there as Vincent Haros, the senior for Buena, steps up to the plate, watches that first pitch go by. Strike 1, called strike. Vincent leads the team in slugging percentage, according to Max Preps. Boy, big swing. And that's a high fly ball into right field. Right fielder shading over and makes the easy-looking catch. Boy, couldn't have been any easier for him out there in foul territory. And that brings up Caleb Piper, the first baseman. As he comes up to a little Taylor Swift as his walk-up music. I don't know if they personally select that. Hey, if he's a Swiftie, there's no shame here.
Mine would be Jungle Boogie.
That pitch goes low, evens count, 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 down, nobody on. I'm pretty sure Buena has not had a base runner in this game. I think it has been 8 up, 8 down. It is, because I see in the 1 slot is Skyler. He is in the on-deck circle, so it has been 8 up, 8 down. And that's a hard ground ball to short. Once again, making the play, Diego Peral puts away Buena. Keeping the perfect game alive for Max Manson. 9 up, 9 down. We'll head to the top of the 4th. Nogales leads 4-0. Thank you so much to our sponsors like Desert RV in Huachuca City, aiming to build a community that surpasses RVs by giving back through local youth sports sponsorships, veteran support, and community fundraising events. Go to desertrvcenter.com. Thanks to our good friends at Stan Greer Millworks. You can pass on a legacy with Stan Greer Millworks, a distinguished history spanning 40 years, being Arizona's premier supplier of custom doors and windows. Offices in Tucson and just south of Sierra Vista on Highway 92 in Hereford. Visit them online at stangreermillworks.com. Excuse me. Thank you to our friends at the MORSE Automotive Group. Sierra Vista and Cochise County are backed by MORSE. American Southwest Credit Union, with locations all across Cochise County, on Fort Huachuca, in Sierra Vista, in Douglas, and in Benson. At ASCU, your money stays local. Member NCUA, equal opportunity lender. Thanks to TWN Communications, delivering high-speed, affordable, and reliable internet, digital phone service with no data caps ever. Stay connected with the freedom and performance you deserve. Oh, our good friends, Jason and Heather over at Prestige Remodeling and Restoration. They do so much in the community and for the community. If you have any remodeling or restoration needs, they've pioneered that visionary approach of customer-centric service. Find them online at prestigesierravista.com. Thank you also to Vista Pros Heating and Cooling. Local, reliable, professional. Number 3, Mason Staling is in to pitch. Looking around the field to see if they moved. Yes, they did. Cole Isaacson is in center field now. They moved Vincent Haros over to third. Skyler over to second. And Aaron Cortez stays at short for Buena. So a shift around the infield and the outfield because of the pitching change. As I get my notes in order here on this breezy Thursday afternoon, there's only 364 shopping days till April Fool's Day. Let us know in the live chats who you fooled and how you fooled them.
Well, it is my parents' anniversary, April Fool's. So yesterday was their anniversary.
So, John, your parents have their anniversary on April Fool's. Wow. Yeah, well, they got a good sense of humor. Andres Lopez leading off the top of the 4th as Nogales has that 4-0 lead. Checks his swing, watches ball 1 go past. That's slapped down the third baseline. That is a fair ball. It goes all the way down as Ajax has to chase it all the way to the wall. It is going to be a stand-up double, a leadoff double by Andres Lopez. The catcher gets that ball just over the third base bag. Runner on second, no outs as a pinch runner comes in. Pinch runner's number 3, Aiden Vasa Vilbaso. So the catcher for Nogales gets to make sure he doesn't wear out his legs any further in this 4-run lead as Stevie Vasquez leads the team in fielding percentage, comes to the plate with a runner in scoring position and no outs. That ball a little bit high off the arm of Mason. They're not holding the runner on. Although Skyler is shading over toward the bag. There's a lot of room between him and first base. Him and Caleb at first base. I love how even a 10-win team, the third base coach, the head coach, Oscar Favela Jr., still coaching, even in the middle of this season or the late part of this season. These teams will finally have a little bit of a break. Nogales has played 3 straight days, and they'll have a break until Tuesday when they host Desert View. That's a called strike, 2 balls, 1 strike. And Buena softball has taken the lead, 7-6 in the third. Looks like on a big home run. So a home run for Buena on the softball field gives them the lead over Nogales. High-scoring game over there, 8-6 now. Bunt shown, and they're going to say that is a pass ball by the catcher that was not tipped off the bat. So that puts Aiden Vazavilbaso 90 feet away from adding another run to that 4-0 lead that Nogales currently has. As Stevie Vasquez is looking at a 2-ball, 1-strike count. Infield playing in now. That goes outside. Nope, it's a full count, 3-2. Scorekeeper a little bit behind as I glance over at the scoreboard. Full count. Runner on third. Nobody out. Top of the 4th. That's a ground ball going foul. Batted down by Aiden, the base runner. Tossing it to Vincent, who throws it back over to Mason. So, hangs in there on a full count. Mason from the stretch. Infield playing in. That is a pop fly into center field. Getting underneath it, making the catch, and trying to throw all the way home. The throw is just barely not in time, a little off the mark. The sacrifice fly on a full count. Puts one down, but gets one more across for Nogales. It's 5-0 Apaches. Danny Soreso steps into the batter's box, 5'7", 145-pound junior, with one down. Oh, beautiful breaking pitch. Danny was jumping out of the way. Boy, that curve came down incredibly. Pops him up on a fastball. Shortstop makes the call and the catch. Great job by Cortez. Calling the catch. 2 down now. Nobody on. As the shortstop, Diego Peral, 5'6" sophomore, the present and future of this Nogales Apaches team. Currently 10-5, 3-0 in the 5A Southern. Playing in their 3rd straight game, 3 days in a row. That pitch, fastball goes high by Mason. And that is right across the plate, evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Thank you to all of our sponsors making this broadcast possible today. Talk about a few more of them in just a second. Oh, my goodness. Oh, don't give him a hard time. Come on. He put his big paw up there, knocked it down. I thought that was awesome. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 down, nobody on. And that is a line drive single into right. So a 2-out single puts Diego aboard. Cortez shouts out the instructions to the outfield with 2 down. Jaciel Garcia awaits, watching that call from head coach Oscar Favela Jr. Beautiful breaking pitch, but a high fly ball into right center field. Center fielder shades over and makes the catch. Cole Isaacson puts that 3rd out in his glove, which will end the top of the 4th, but not before Nogales puts 1 more run across the plate, making it 5-0 as we head to the bottom of the 4th. As I said, we're grateful for all of our sponsors making this coverage possible. Thank you to Seniors Helping Seniors, where the caregivers are seniors themselves. They show up ready to exceed expectations. You can find them online at southernArizonaSHS.com or call the phone number in the post description, and that'll get you connected with Seniors Helping Seniors. Also, you can tune into the Doggo Lotto, our sponsor. I don't know how Doggo Lotto is sponsoring this game, but I'm glad they are. Maybe someday On the Spot will be sponsoring our live stream sports coverage. But for now, Doggo Lotto, the world's #1 shelter dog game show each and every Monday, 6 p.m. Arizona time. We had a very great surprise at the end of Doggo Lotto on Monday when Kahlua, the queen who reigns supreme at Doggo Lotto, we were watching her walk back in to the Nancy J. Brewer Animal Care Center. She took, instead of going right, she took a left and went into the truck of Dan Powers. And Dan and Kimberly adopted Kahlua. The queen who reigns supreme has now found her forever home with Dan and Kimberly. And if you're looking to adopt and not shop, make sure that you end up stopping by the Nancy J. Brewer Animal Care Center. The whole reason we do Doggo Lotto, I should say the whole reason that Dan invented Doggo Lotto was to just shine a spotlight on these dogs that need to find a home. There's so many over at the Nancy J. Brewer Animal Care Center. Would you consider adoption? Animal adoption, one of the greatest things that any of us can ever do. Perhaps your next 4-legged friend is at the Nancy J. Brewer Animal Care Center. Be sure to stop by and see them or check them out online. And definitely watch the Doggo Lotto. That's something so much fun. We love Doggo Lotto. Have a blast with that every Monday. And just like that, it's a 2-0 count. To the leadoff hitter, literally and figuratively, here in the bottom of the 4th. It is Skylar Leon, the senior. Shows bunt, and he puts it just to the side of the pitcher, and there goes the perfect game. And I don't know if that would be considered an infield, if that would be considered a hit or an error. That, had he fielded it cleanly, that being the pitcher, Max Manson, and had the shot to throw over to first, it would have been close. I don't know if that is a hit. I'm not sure how they're going to score that, but either way, perfect game gone. 1 on. Leadoff hitter on. As Mason, who is the relief pitcher, a sophomore, comes up to the plate for his second at-bat in this game. Throw back over to first. Skylar there in time. Thank you for tuning in as we're just past the top of the 5 o'clock hour here in Sierra Vista, Arizona. 76 degrees. Breeze blowing out toward right. Runner goes on the foul tip. So Skylar will head back. He's got the wheels to rack up a lot of stolen bases. He's the right runner you want to have aboard when you're down 5-0. As he ran out that infield single. We'll call it a hit. Catcher throws back down to first. Boy, beautiful play by the Nogales catcher. Andres Lopez firing a laser beam down to Diego Gomez at first. But Skylar, being the quick base runner he is. Made it back. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Mason. Pops it up on the right side of the field. Is that going to drop in? It does, in between the second baseman and the right fielder. They will get the force out at second because Skyler had to hold at first, thinking that it would have been caught. He did the right thing, but got out anyway. So 1 down, 1 on. Aaron Cortez, the junior, comes to the plate. Buena down by 5. It's a 5-0 game, as you can see on the screen, because of Doggo Lotto Dan back in the studio, keeping you updated on the scoreboard and all of our sponsors, showing you the replays. Breaking pitch in there for a called strike. So Mason on first. Aaron at the plate. Not a lot of chanting from the Buena dugout. Not a lot of chatter coming out of the Buena dugout.
Yeah, it was really talkative last year.
So a 1 ball count. Good lead by Mason there at first. He goes on a hit and run, fouled away. Mason will head back over to first. Evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs here. In the bottom of the 4th, Buena down 5-0. Glad you're joining us here on Cool FM Live, the award-winning Cool FM Sports. I'm sorry, 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 down. Cortez awaits the pitch, and that is lined into center field. A good piece of hitting by Aaron Cortez puts 2 on with 1 down for the Colts. The bat's starting to come alive. We'll see if Colton Garrett, the catcher, can continue this streak. A pinch runner coming in for Mason. Since he is the pitcher, I think that's wise. I don't know why they're waiting until he gets to second base to pull him out. Landon Fields, the senior, will be the pinch runner. So 1 down, 2 on. Fastball right at the knees. Buena softball leading Nogales now in the 4th, 8-6. It's 5-0 on this field right here with Nogales in front. But the Colts have 2 on, 1 out. And that will go into right field. 1 run will score. Cortez goes to third, and the Colts have runners on the corners with 1 out. It's 5-1. The boom chant comes for the very first time in this game in the bottom of the 4th as the Colts have put their first run across the plate. The no-hitter, well, I should say the perfect game, the no-hitter, and the shutout all gone in the bottom of the 4th for Max Manson. Doesn't mean that he hasn't pitched a gem of a game. He really has. But runners are on the corners as Cole Isaacson, the starting pitcher in this game, we got run in the after 3. The throw back over to first. Good job by Aaron to keep an eye on where that ball's going. The base runner on third for the Colts. That pitch at the knees. Hold the ball. 1 ball count to Cole Isaacson. That's going to be low. 2-0. haven't really seen Max struggle over the course of this game. But here in the fourth, with one down, runners on the corners. We're seeing it here happen right here. That is 3-0 to Cole Isaacson. The question is, when you're down 5-1 in the fourth, do you get the green light to swing at anything? We'll find out, because if it's near the strike zone, as they throw back over to first. Colton dives back in, is safe at first. Max resets on the mound for Nogales. Not holding Aaron on third, and that is a strike at the knees. 3 balls, 1 strike. Boy, we know Cole could have ripped that one. That was right in his wheelhouse. Was taking all the way. Still a hitter's pitch. On its way. Throw back over to first. Really doing a job at keeping Colton Garrett honest there. I don't know if he's necessarily a base running threat as a catcher. I can't imagine he's a threat to steal bases. I mean, normally catchers aren't known for that.
Very rarely. Johnny Bench and Von Rodriguez.
But they continue to throw over to first. Good pickoff move by the right-hander Max for Nogales. 3-1 pitch. I don't know if that's going to be throwing off his timing. It's not like he's taking a big lead over there at first either. And that is ball 4. Bases loaded. 1 out for the Colts. The tying run comes to the plate in the form of Ajax. And now the coach will come out and have a word with his pitcher. Again, this is after watching perfection for 3 innings. This fourth inning could be the one that ends up opening the floodgates for Buena. We know how hot their bats can get. We saw them bat a round and a half the last time we were here at Coppola Field. Yeah, it was. It was a 40-minute inning, half inning. That was crazy, John. That was absolutely bonkers. We know Buena has the ability to do it. Max stays in. The base runners head back. Cole Isaacson at first. Colton Garrett at second. And Aaron Cortez standing on third base as Alex Jackson, the senior, comes to the plate. He represents a tying run in this game here in the bottom of the fourth with 1 down. That first pitch in the dirt. The infield not even playing in, really. First baseman is standing near the bag, but not necessarily holding the runner on. That is a squeeze bunt. It will score a run. They race over to first, and I believe the call is out at first. Ryan Haymore did everything he could as the first base coach to stay safe. It was a foot race to first as Diego Gomez fielded that bunt, the sacrifice bunt, puts the second run across the plate for the Colts, but also makes for the second out in the inning. So with 2 down, 2 in scoring position, number 15, Giovanni Henderson, the sophomore, will come to the plate. Mateo Luna will come in as a pinch runner on third. So we'll see if Gio's bat could drive in a couple on a base hit. I believe Cole has that long stride. Even just a normal single could possibly score Cole from second. So first pitch is a strike, 0-1 count. Max for the Apaches from the stretch. Swing and a miss. Boy, big swing by Giovanni Henderson, 0-2. Runners on second and third for the Colts, 2 down. He is the tying run at the plate. The 0-2 count. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That will retire the side, but the Colts bats are able to come alive slightly in the fourth, put 2 across the board, and we head to the top of the fifth. It is 5-2 Colts. Thank you so much to our sponsors in a game powered by SSVEC. Our other sponsors include places like Allo Fiber, your new home team internet, TV, and phone provider. Visit allofiber.com to learn more about the fiber difference and become a fiber fan today. Excuse me. Thank you to Sierra Toyota on the Feel Good block on Fry Boulevard. Locally owned, community driven. Right now they want to buy your car, truck, or SUV. You can get your vehicle appraised in 30 minutes or less. No vehicle will be turned away from Sierra Toyota. Thank you to Barnett's Towing and Propane, serving Southern Arizona since 1963. Thank you to Copper Queen Community Hospital with locations across Cochise County, in Bisbee, in Douglas, and in Hereford, Palominas. Make an appointment with one of their medical providers today at Copper Queen Community Hospital. Thank you to Grasshopper Landscaping, where you'll always find quality from the ground up. Dave and Marie, the Trejo family and team, waiting to make sure that you have the most beautiful yard ready to go for this spring season. Spring into action, or let Grasshopper Landscaping spring into action in your yard to make your yard look good all year round. Thank you to Ginger's Title Services of Sierra Vista at 999 East Fry Boulevard. They're now open Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. They'll be open at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning on Friday. So Nogales leads 5-2. They're up to bat in the top of the fifth, leading off the fifth inning. Nico Bernal, who had a 2-run single in the fourth. Swing and a miss. Beautiful breaking pitch. Off the arm of Mason Staling, relief pitcher for Buena. 48 hours ago. Oh, that pitch was filthy. What a beautiful curveball. 48 hours ago, Buena lost to Nogales 7-3 in Nogales. Nogales currently leads here in the fifth 5-2. A 1-2 count. That goes inside, evens the count. It's 9-6 over on the softball field. Buena beating Nogales in the fifth. Here in the fifth on the varsity baseball field, 5-2. Nogales in front. Watches that ball go high, runs the count full. Leadoff hitter, Nico Bernal, 5'9", 155-pound senior outfielder. Now there is a lot less cloud coverage, so you'll see the field is brighter. Swings and misses on the pass ball or wild pitch, and he will get to first on a wild pitch. A strikeout, but missing the chance for the putout on the pass ball. So the leadoff hitter is aboard. Good heads-up base running by Nico. Gets him on base as Diego Gomez, the first baseman. 5'10", 165-pound lefty. Steps up to the plate. It's a called strike. That breeze still blowing out toward right center field from home plate. That is driven into left field. And will be a base hit for Nogales. Great job of hitting by Diego Gomez. Puts 2 on with no outs here in the top of the 5th. So Juan Pablo Tapia, the catcher for the Apaches, was just told by his third base coach, put it deep. Whatever you do, put it deep, let him tag. That breaking pitch goes into the dirt, 1-0. Two on, no outs. Mason on the mound for Buena. That pitch goes outside. So according to the scoreboard, 1 ball, 1 strike. They're not holding the runners on. Buena is just playing regular defense. I'd say the second baseman, Skyler, shading more towards second. As Juan Pablo drives it, man, that thing is going foul. Ripped into the bullpen on the Buena side. A little bit above John's head there. Steps off the mound, and 2-2 count to Juan Pablo. The pitch, that goes high and in, full count, nobody out, 2 on. Full count, goes high. Ball 4, bases loaded. No outs. This is exactly the situation that Buena found themselves in that 3rd inning when 4 runs came across. Angel today, it's his turn. We've seen him the last few years. A fantastic student athlete, 6'2", 150-pound senior. And that breaking pitch goes in the dirt, ball 1. Infield playing in for the force at home. Called strike, evens count. We're here, top of the 5th. So far, 5 runs have come across for Nogales. They've got the bases juiced, no outs. And their all-star infielder at the plate. Whoa, beautiful breaking pitch. Mason has a really nasty curve. Makes it 1-2. 2-strike count, Mason ahead in the count. After that gorgeous curveball, do you go back to the breaking pitch? Maybe a changeup, or do you go straight heat? Now the breaking pitch, that is lined into left field. Shading over, makes the catch. They will send the runner home. Ball will be cut off. It is 6-2, Nogales. The runners on first and second will hold, but the sacrifice fly makes 1 out. gets one more across for Nogales. It's 6-2 here in the fifth. Andres Lopez, the catcher, 6 feet tall. The junior is ready to take his at-bat with one down. And 2 on. Fastball out of the zone, 1-0. Still 9-6 over on the softball field. Buena over Nogales. They're in the fifth inning. Here, 6-2 in the fifth inning. Nogales in the lead, a commanding lead for the Apaches. And that is a called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 down, 2 on. From the stretch. They throw back towards second. Skyler is there to cover the bag lightly. So the 1-1 count to Lopez at the plate. Ground ball goes into left field. One more run will score for Nogales on an RBI single to left. Makes it 7-2 Nogales with 1 down and runners on first and second. Beautiful hitting by the Apaches, piece by piece, taking their time, at bat by at bat. And that'll bring up Stevie Vasquez, 5'10" senior. The final score 48 hours ago when these two teams met, I keep wanting to say yesterday, Nogales beat Cholla yesterday 4-2, but 48 hours ago when these two teams met, the final score was 7-3. It is currently 7-2 with only 1 out and 2 on. And that is lined just over the outstretched arms of the shortstop into center. Juan Pablo rounds third, and he will come in to score. So back-to-back RBI singles makes it 8-2 Nogales here in the fifth. So Mason having a tough job here on the mound. As double threes, Danny Cerezo comes for his at-bat. Can they make it 3 straight RBI singles in a row? That's a called strike on the breaking pitch. That was showing Mason's arm off here. He's got a great breaking pitch. And that goes high. That fastball was way up in the zone. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 down. Just past the bottom of the 5 o'clock hour. It's 10-6 now. Buena leads in the 6th inning over on the softball field. So the ladies made that comeback. They were down 5-1 in the first. Slowly been able to overtake the lead. Beautiful breaking pitch by Mason. Called a ball. 2-1 now in this game. 8-2. Nogales commanding lead. Looking for their 11th win of the season. And Buena, who's won 3 of their last 4. But their backs against the wall here late in this game. 3 balls 1 strike. Taking some time to get the signal from the catcher. Mason from the stretch. The pitch. That is up in the zone for ball 4. Bases loaded. 1 down. And who comes to the plate? The shortstop, Diego Peral. He looks like an all-star out there, even as a sophomore. Fantastically gifted young student athlete. The bugs out here, breaking pitch. Evens a count. There's like a wasp flying around here too. So again, bases loaded, only 1 out here for Nogales. Mason from the stretch. Runner goes on that bunt. What a sacrifice bunt that ends up being an infield single. That makes it 9-2 with 1 out. That was a sacrifice squeeze. You could see Aiden Vasavilbaso sprinting toward home, executed to perfection yet again by the Apaches. They lead by 7 here in the 5th. Asiel Garcia at the plate. His turn with the bases loaded and 1 down. What a call by the coaches there to do a squeeze. With the bases loaded, this is a talented Nogales team. Seeing them in person, you understand why they're 3-0 in the 5A right now, 5A Southern. Nope, Nogales this is a 5A Southern matchup here today, John. One ball, 1 strike count to Hasiel. Yeah, Mason has the tough job on the mound here, just getting these pitches across the plate and hoping that his defense can be put in a position to make some outs. Very long innings for the Colts out in the field. Fortunately, it's not that hot out, 76 degrees. The temperature continues to drop. One ball, 2 strike count to Garcia. Mason gets the call, the pitch. Breaking pitch, swing and a miss. A big strikeout brought to you by SSVEC. Makes it 2 down. And Nico, who led off this inning, will come to the plate. Nogales has batted around in the 5th. Fastball goes way outside. Or as Bob Uecker would say, just a bit outside. Todd Ryan's favorite broadcaster of all time, as Bob Uecker was the play-by-play for the Milwaukee Brewers for so many years. That pitch goes in the dirt, bounces right in front of the Buena catcher. So Buena might have just resigned this game as they're just letting Mason throw as many pitches as he can, saving the arms of the other Buena pitchers. Not sure if we'll have another pitcher for the 6th and 7th inning for Buena. Mason gets that fastball, right? A slight breaker, maybe a changeup across that outside part of the plate. Excuse me, 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 down, bases loaded. And Nico having his second at-bat in this inning. Watches that pitch go outside. 3-1. Not a situation where you want to walk the batter, as that'll put double digits up on the board for Nogales. Mason looks in for the sign. Gets it. Sets. And that is a called strike. Boy, taking all the way was Nico. Full count. 2 down. Bases loaded. And Mason will step off the mound. Step off the rubber, stay on the mound. Full count. 2 down. Bases loaded. Throw back down to second. The runner is safe. Trying for a pickoff move there with Aaron Cortez, the shortstop. Full count to Nico. Everybody goes. And that is ball 4. Walks in a run. Double digits for the Apaches. 10-2 with 2 down here in the top of the 5th. Diego Gomez, the first baseman, has his second at-bat of this inning, as the sun is really bearing down on the right side of the field. Even Nico, the base runner on first, having to hold up his arm to block the sun out of his eyes. So you know it's coming across harshly to the first baseman, second baseman, right fielder as well. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 down, bases loaded. Nogales with an 8-run lead. This team is no joke here in the 5A Southern. I think the entire 5A Southern is on alert today with 2 10-win teams going at it. And Nogales' bats have been far more active than Buena's, and the score definitely reflects it. That is slapped into left field. And they will send the runner back to third base, nobody covering. But 1 run will score on the RBI single. Base is still loaded. Still 2 outs. 11-2, Nogales. Diego Peral rounded third like he was going to head home. The coach stopped him. So Juan Pablo Tapia with his second at-bat of this inning. As that pitch called outside ball. Another long inning in the field for the Colts. Been out there around 20 minutes. Called strike. To the catcher for Nogales, the Apaches team. Boy, putting on a clinic today with plate discipline. Breaking pitch, boy, looking for a strike there. Oh, that had to be so close. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 down, bases loaded. If you are a Nogales fan, you are loving this game. And you need to share this around. That is popped up. Shading foul. Just out of play. So deuces are wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down, an 11-2 lead. Number 27, Juan Pablo Tapia at the plate for the Apaches. Nogales starting to come back on the softball field, 10-8 now in the 6th. Buena still leads on the softball field, but they're behind by a lot here on the baseball field. That breaking pitch will go foul. No, it's safe. They say fair, and the third baseman, Vincent, tags the base as the third base coach is arguing that that ball was foul where Vincent caught it. And he will have a word with the umpire, but Buena comes into the dugout. Again, it was backhanded. It did look like it was on that chalk. It was very, very close. So the home plate umpire ultimately made that call, and that is the call that will stand as the third base coach for Nogales arguing about where that ball was caught. And I can see the argument happening. I don't know if Dan can show a replay of that. Maybe there's a better look on the replay. Nonetheless, Max Manson stays on the mound. He's looking for a complete game here tonight. It will be the bottom of the 5th as Buena. The bats will hopefully come alive and make this a little bit more of a game. That's 11-2 here in the bottom of the 5th. In a game brought to you by SSVEC, as well as our other sponsors, Berean Academy, where skill, strategy, and determination take center stage. Thank you to Desert RV in Huachuca City, known for their community fundraising events, veteran support, youth sports programs, and of course, great RVs, travel trailers, fifth wheels. Visit them online at desertrvcenter.com. Thank you to Stan Greer Millworks. At stangreermillworks.com, you can pass on a legacy with Stan Greer Millworks. Our good friends over at the MORSE Automotive Group, Sierra Vista, and all of Cochise County is backed by MORSE. Thank you to ASCU, American Southwest Credit Union, knowing that sports builds character and the kind of community spirit that makes us all proud. At American Southwest Credit Union, your money stays local. Member NCUA, equal opportunity lender. Thank you to TWN Communications, delivering high-speed, affordable, and reliable internet and digital phone service with no data caps ever. Stay connected with the freedom and performance you deserve. Vincent Haros leads off the bottom of the 5th and watches strike 1 fastball go by off the arm of Max Manson. So, second pitch ball, evens the count. That one just low. And that one was called a strike a little bit earlier in this game, but the ball there, 2 balls, 1 strike. Swing and a miss, evens the count, 2-2. Oh no, that was strike 3. So, 1 down. Brings up Caleb Piper, the sophomore first baseman. Was relying on the count there on the left field scoreboard. Fortunately, a little bit behind. That pitch goes high, ball 1. Still a lot of pop on that fastball for Max, even after having that long rest. On that one, right at the knees, 1-1. Oh, my gosh. The velocity on that fastball here in the 5th inning. They say that with good pitchers, the velocity gets stronger as the game goes along. And that's what's happened with Max Manson pitching for the Apaches today. That ball fouled off. I think I heard it. break John's windshield.
I parked behind the van. Got a shield.
Swing and a miss. 2 up, 2 down, both via strikeout. As Nogales infield throws it around the horn. 2 down. As Buena is back to the top of the order, Skylar Leon, who ended up breaking up that perfect game last inning in the bottom of the 4th. Now comes to the bat in the bottom of the 5th. That's low and away. The scoreboard, all sorts of messed up right now. 2-0. Still some encouragement coming from the Buena dugout. That high chopper to third, thrown all the way over to first. Is it in time? No! Safe! Skylar does it again. 2 straight inning. Runs out. An infield single. So a 2-out infield single puts Skylar on first base. And we'll bring Mason Staling up to the mound. Up to the batter's box, I mean. He was on the mound. He was the relief pitcher. There was another pitcher warming up behind us. Not sure if Mason will stay in for the 6th and possibly 7th inning. Well, there will be a 7th inning. Buena's playing at home. So we'll play the full 7 unless the sun sets first. Here at Capola Field in Sierra Vista. Breeze picking up now. 1-0 count to Mason. Watch that pitch at the knees called strike. So great base running by Skylar. Skylar heads over to second base. I think he's going to have to go back. I believe it was foul tipped. I guess not. I thought it was foul tipped. I thought I heard a foul tip, but no, stolen base for Skylar. Great job base running by that young man. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And a call. Strike 3. Buena will strand 1 as we are through the 5th inning. And we'll head to the top of the 6th. 11-2 the score. I just realized that a 10-run rule could take effect here if Nogales gets 1 across and ends up shutting out Buena in the bottom of the 6th. This game will end a little bit early, but it all depends on what's going to happen here in the top of the 6th. In a game powered by SSVEC and brought to you by Prestige Remodeling and Restoration at prestigesierravista.com. Vista Pros, heating and cooling, local, reliable, professional. Seniors helping seniors at Southern Arizona, shs.com. The Doggo Lotto, the world's #1 shelter dog game show every Monday, 6 p.m. Arizona time, right here on Cool FM Live. Aloe Fiber at aloefiber.com. Sierra Toyota, locally owned, community driven. Barnett's Towing and Propane, serving Southern Arizona since 1963. Copper Queen Community Hospital with locations in Bisbee, in Douglas, in Hereford, Palominas. Make an appointment with one of their medical providers today. Grasshopper Landscaping, you'll always find quality from the ground up. If you're looking to let them spring into action and make your yard that outdoor living space all year round, you can do that with Grasshopper Landscaping. Thank you to Ginger's Title Services of Sierra Vista at 999 East Fry Boulevard. They'll be open tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Open on the weekends on Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Thank you, SSVEC, serving our community. Berean Academy, where skill, strategy, and determination take center stage. One of the best quality educations you can get. Berean Academy. Buena on the softball field taking a 1-run lead in the 6th. It is 11-10. What an offensive explosion by both Buena and Nogales over on the softball field. Unfortunately, on the baseball field, the only offensive explosion has been the bats of Nogales as they lead 11-2 here in the top of the 6th. Giovanni Henderson comes in, the third pitcher for Buena in this game. That will move Skyler over to third. Caleb stays on first. Mason will go to second base. And Aaron Cortez stays at short. So leading off the top of the 6th for Nogales, Angel today. He is the Angel in the infield for this Nogales team. Thank you to all of our sponsors that you can see on the screen. Doggo Lotto Dan has been putting up on the screen for us all game long. That's fouled into the Buena dugout area on the third base side. Evens account, 1 ball, 1 strike. Today has been the player of tomorrow for this Nogales team for a couple years, but it is his senior year this year. As the 6'2", 150-pounder watches that ball go outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. A lot of cheering coming over on the softball field, and that is because Buena now leads 13-10 on the softball field. And that is a backhanded grab by Cortez, rifled over to first. 1 down. Great job by the defense there. That was a speedy hit coming right at Cortez. Saw it coming. Backhanded it perfectly. Took his time to get the ball out of the glove. And throws a nice clean throw over to first. 1 out. As Andres Lopez, the catcher, comes to the plate for Nogales. Here in the top of the 6th. That goes inside. Again, all the chatter is done for both teams. There really no chatter at all. The Buena side has not had much chatter in the game overall. That was 0-0 until the 4th inning. It was a perfect game through 3 for the Nogales starting pitcher, Max Manson. He's been throwing a heck of a game today. Nice breaking pitch by Gio. Makes it 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody on. Here in Sierra Vista, Arizona today on a beautiful day for baseball. On this 2nd day of April. As rifled over to third, actually kind of a mid-soft grounder, but nice throw by Skyler. 2 down. As they try to go around the horn, it goes over the head of Cortez. Boy, he leaped up about as high as he could. And around the horn attempt, no good. Kind of sums up Buena's day today. Although I don't think they've had many fielding errors in this game. I think it's been just clean hitting by the Nogales offense. There's no real error that stands out other than Buena walking in a couple runs. But, I mean, it's just been the bats of Nogales finding the spot where the defense is not. Nice snag by Skyler. Throws a 2-hopper over to first. And unfortunately, the first baseman, Piper, not able to field it cleanly. And that will be an error. But running out, that infield hit. Looks like they're going to put in a pinch runner over there on first. So the run that represents the 10-run rule is aboard. But there are 2 outs. Danny Cerezo comes to the plate, 5'7", 145-pound junior for Nogales. That pitch low, ball one. Aaron Cortez at shortstop, shouting out the command to the outfield on what to do as they have 2 down and a 1-0 count. Giovanni Henderson, the pitcher. Wind picking up again. And that goes into center field, just out of the reach of Mason, diving at second base. 2 on with 2 outs. Over on the softball field, Buena adding another run. It's 14-10 in the 6th. The Nogales softball team scoring 10 runs, but behind it by 4. The Nogales baseball team scoring 11 runs, ahead by 9. Shortstop Diego Peral at the plate for the Apaches here in the 6th. And he pops it up, shading foul on the first base side. Goes out of play. Again, the bats of Nogales have been on point. The base running has been near excellent in this 5A showdown here at Buena High School. That pitch goes low. 2 balls, 1 strike. 2 on, 2 down in an 11-2 game. Nogales leads, and now they're going to come in and talk to Gio. Not sure if there was a different call by the Buena catcher on that play. So they'll have a discussion, bringing in most of the infield. Piper will come over just in time to go back to first base. Hey, dude, you showed up late to the meeting. Go back to first. Skylar Leon looks like a real baseball player right there with all the dirt all over his jersey. Has a stolen base today. Running out a couple infield singles. Yes, excellent defense. A well-rounded game for that young man. These student athletes, again, they had homework that was due today. They had pop quizzes and tests in their classes today. That breaking pitch is high in the zone, but called a strike. Deuces are wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down, 2 on here in the top of the 6th. Diego Peral at the plate for the Apaches. Giovanni gets the sign from the stretch. The pitch fouled away. Diego hanging in there. So Nogales on the softball field down to their final 3 outs. They're in the 7th inning. Buena has a 4-run lead on the softball field. Nogales on the baseball field with a 9-run lead. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down to number 2. The shortstop, Diego Peral, has had a great defensive game as well as an offensive game. That pitch goes high. He swings, heads up, heads up, heads up. Coming right here toward us, making sure that, I know, I was talking to the kids over there.
I was pointing.
Well, thanks. You were just too
Thanks, John. Yeah, thanks for pointing, John. That really helps.
You're under the umbrella.
If you can't see the ball, look for people.
What? It landed right there.
The rule. Look for the pointers.
I was looking back here. You're on the other side.
That's true. I know. Swing and a miss. That strikeout, brought to you by SSVEC, will retire the side. Nogales leaves 2 on with a chance to take that 10-run lead, and they do not. And Buena will come to the bat in the bottom of the 6th, down by 9. Max Manson back on the mound for Nogales. He is looking for that complete game today. in a game, powered by SSVEC and brought to you by our fantastic sponsors like Desert RV in Wichita City at desertrvcenter.com, Stan Greer Millworks at stangreermillworks.com. Pass on a legacy with Stan Greer Millworks. Thank you to the MORSE Automotive Group all across Sierra Vista. We are all backed by MORSE. American Southwest Credit Union at ascu.org. Thank you to TWN Communications with high-speed, affordable, and reliable internet and digital phone service. Stay connected with the freedom and performance you deserve. Thank you to Prestige Remodeling and Restoration at prestigesierravista.com for all of your remodeling needs. Vista Pros Heating and Cooling, proud supporters of our local athletes and the community we call home. Local, reliable, professional Vista Pros Heating and Cooling. Thank you to Seniors Helping Seniors at Southern Arizona, shs.com. If you're in need of their services or would like to be a senior who helps other seniors, you can call their number. It is in the post description. Thank you to the Doggo Lotto, the world's #1 shelter dog game show. Over $2,500 in cash and prizes given out over the better part of a year, every Monday, 6 p.m. Arizona time. Check the post description for all of our sponsors. Aaron Cortez leads off the bottom of the 6th with Mariah Carey playing in the background as that first pitch called a ball. That is fouled toward the third base side, right in front of John. He made no effort to try to get it. I don't know why.
I didn't even put it.
I know.
Dodge it.
At least Principal Young tried when the ball came right to her. I think we're shored up defensively right here. I think you got a good defense on this side of the field. I was cut my sophomore year from the Buena baseball team. So I did play my freshman year, but was definitely not good enough to make it to the JV team. But that was the best thing. Well, it was the best thing that happened in my football career was getting cut from baseball because I was able to focus on football, realizing that would be my future. That would take me to college, and it did. So I was, by process of elimination, I was able to figure out what I was born to do in high school. It certainly wasn't to get a 4.0. I was a 3.0 student. Swing and a miss by Aaron. Runs the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Cortez as I relive my glory days 30 some odd years ago. But I'm proud to be the voice of the Buena Colts. That is lined into center, and my goodness, the center fielder just took 2 steps back and caught it lackadaisically. Made it look so easy. That is not easy. 1 down. That'll bring up Landon Fields. I believe this is his first at-bat in this game. For the senior, came in as a pinch runner over the course of the game. Watches a called strike go by. 0-1, 1 down, nobody on. An 11-2 lead. Max Manson has pitched a gem of a game for Nogales today. I would not be surprised if there are certain scouts looking at him right now, and he is just a junior. At 6 feet, 155 pounds. Two and 1 count to Fields. Now he watches a strike go by, evens count. 2-2. Chopped foul to the third base side. Oh, Principal Young was ready. She was in the fielding position. She was ready to get that. Coach Schaefer would be proud. You said you coached with him? Really? So with the baseball team?
No, with softball.
Oh, okay. That's awesome.
Yeah, when I first started at Buena 15 years ago, I was one of the assistant JV coaches when he was the head coach.
That is fantastic. How did I not know this?
I don't know. You learn something new every day.
Well, I try to, but...
well, that was your fact for today.
I'll
Fun
take
fact.
I'll
Miss
take
Young
it.
was one of the softball helpers.
That is super cool. So, did you play softball in high school?
I did. I went to high school in Phoenix and I played up there. I think that at the time, when Tomoka had that really good team that was going up there, we were not as good, but that was around the same time that I was playing softball. So I would probably have been cut my sophomore year too. Don't worry.
Hey, that's all right. We're two peas in a pod.
It's
That's
all
okay.
right. But it opened the door up for other things. I found my, interest in other stuff with it related to school. Actually, it's kind of probably what led me to going into education.
That's really cool. It's interesting how sometimes, I guess, our career finds us. We don't necessarily have to find it. It finds us through process of elimination.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I had some amazing history teachers, and so I was interested in that. And then I worked really closely with the principal at my high school. They had a principal's cabinet that we worked part of, and advised him to give him a student perspective. I thought this is so cool, and he gave me some really great advice if I wanted to be a teacher, which I took, which was get certified in 2 areas. Did that, and then I was teaching in a couple different places before we moved to Sierra Vista, and I've just stayed in education that whole time.
Wow, fantastic. But you were an assistant softball coach.
I was an assistant softball coach here. Yep.
Look at that. I think that's fantastic. So the ground out by Cole Isaacson made it a 1-2-3 inning for Nogales. And it appears like Gio will stay on the mound for the Colts in the top of the 7th. It is a 9-run lead for Nogales. It's been a tough day at the office for the Buena baseball team, but the softball girls trying to hang on to that 14-11 lead in the 7th. Can they close it out? We'll be hearing some cheers over there.
I think they can do it. They won against Nogales on Tuesday. And we have to give a shout out because we have a lot of sports going on today. I'm pretty sure that girls tennis is going to pull away with a win. They're playing Douglas here. And then the boys tennis, I think most of their kiddos have won. And so we're going to probably get a win in boys tennis. And then in a couple, maybe an hour, no, right now is boys volleyball starting. So it's been a busy day of athletics around here.
Well, and having some changes in the athletic department over the last couple weeks has been something very interesting to see. But it's interesting. It's even better to see the coaches kind of rally around each other and encourage each other through this transition phase.
Yeah, we like to, we're out here to support the kids and support what they're doing. I always tell these guys, first, there's 2 things that I tell. We've been doing a lot of 8th grade tours, so they've heard me say it a lot. Don't go home right at 2:15, right? Be involved in something. If you go home at 2:15, you're doing it wrong. So be involved, and we want to come out here and encourage these kids that are part of these programs. I mean, they're staying extra. They're wearing Buena across their chest, and they're really doing something, that's bigger than themselves. And I love encouraging. That's why I love being out here. And obviously being a softball coach. I love baseball and softball. It's some of my favorite things to watch. But I've enjoyed learning about tennis over the years.
Now, growing up in Phoenix, were you a Diamondbacks fan, or did you have another favorite baseball team?
Oh, you must. If there's people listening that know me, then they know that I am a diehard Yankees fan. So that's why Miss Henderson's down here laughing at me because she knows. So my whole family lives in New Jersey, and we're very big Yankee fans.
So they live in New Jersey. Which exit?
7A.
See, that's the question you ask. Just so anybody knows, if you ever run into someone who says they're from New Jersey, you have to ask which exit.
That's true. Yes, and it depends whether you're talking about the Turnpike or the Parkway. But yeah, my whole family lives in New Jersey. They moved to Phoenix for a little while, and then after I graduated college, they moved back. Most people don't move back, but they did. And so we go to see them all the time. But I am a huge Yankees fan. I will be seeing them. They play the Diamondbacks in September.
Oh,
so
all right. So the tickets are already are going to be there. Where do you like to sit there? That is line down, fair ball into left field. And he will run it out, number 42 for Nogales. now it's back on. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. So you were at Game 6 of the Worlds. We're talking to Principal Young here at Buena High School as they continue the onslaught, the bats finding the spots where the defense is not. And the Apaches lead by 11 here in the 7th. And it is runners on the corners with no outs. Talking to Principal Young about her Yankee fandom.
We are big fans. We were at Game 6, didn't enjoy it because it was a blowout. But my dad said we can't do this again, so we're gonna get tickets to Game 7. But he didn't spring for my sister and I to go. It was just him and my mom went, and they said that stadium was so loud that it was when they won, it was as loud as when the Thunderbirds flew over at the start of the game.
Well, that sounds about right. I mean, it was. The house was rocking for sure.
It's the 25th anniversary of it this year.
And we all remembered that. I don't know why you remembered that as a Yankee fan, but I mean, you know, I guess it would be because 2026 minus.
2001.
Yeah.
You know why I know it? Because when the Yankees are coming here in September, they're having that's a celebration. They're going to talk about the anniversary of that win.
Probably. I imagine that might come up.
The Saturday game, it's like they're doing a jersey giveaway. It's like that's the day of that game. They're going to talk about it.
So I'm sure you'll be celebrating with all the Diamondback fans there.
I might go to Sunday's game. Hey, they earned it fair and square. They played good 9 innings. There's nothing you can complain about that. And it was a great series. It was a lot of fun to watch.
One of the best ever in a time when our country needed it the most.
Yeah, you know, when I taught here, I taught social studies, and one of the things that we would talk about is HBO did a really nice documentary about how the Yankees really helped a lot of the people in 9/11 kind of get through that situation. And I think even today there was they had paired partners up with some of the survivors, and you know they still have relationships going on today, and you know connections that they made then. And it was in the documentary they did what a great distraction to kind of focus somewhere else and just not have to think about the enormity of what they were going through. Gave them a little out, you know, part of the day for that, which is a really interesting story.
And knowing that it's been 25 years since that World Series win means it's 25 years since 9/11. That's pretty wild to think about too.
Yeah, especially when we think about the age group that we teach, you know, that they didn't even have any idea of what it meant for, you know, those of us who lived through it or experienced it, things like that.
Yeah, absolutely incredible. Well, always great to talk to you, Principal Young. Thank you for your time.
Thanks for being out here and getting some people to see the boys. They're playing hard. And like you said earlier, it's unfortunate because it's just some well-placed hits. They've tried their hardest. Yeah. They have a great team, and we have a lot of talented ball players out here. So they should, come catch a game because they're fun to watch.
They're absolutely fun to watch, and a game that 2 10-win teams going at it. Unfortunately, there's one that's been a little bit stronger today. It's a full count. To Nogales' number 4, Marco Serrano, getting his first at-bat here. As that ball ripped. Right under the yellow. Wow. That ball was so hard, it went right under, like this part right here. It went underneath it. That's crazy. The velocity off that foul ball. Runners on the corners, no outs. It is a 12-2 lead. It said 13-2 a second ago up on that scoreboard. That's what I get for looking over at the scoreboard. I'm just enjoying myself here. It's a tough day at the office for the Buena baseball team. Girls softball pulled out the win over Nogales, 14-12, the final score. Just to the north of us. Runners on the corner, still no outs here in the top of the 7th. Breaking pitch, smacked over to Cortez. They try to turn 2, do they? They do! The double play by Buena. One more run will come across the plate, but the infield turns 2. It's 13-2, Nogales. So 13-2. The score. Let me see the number. Is that number 6 or number 8 of the batter in the batter's box? I think it's 8 as well. If it's 8, that's Manny De La Cruz, 5'10", 185-pound senior for the Apaches. Watch this ball one go in the dirt. Base is clear. But an 11-run lead now. So whoever was running the scoreboard was a prophet. They knew that it was going to be 13-2, so they just preemptively put it up there. Fastball high in the zone, strike one. 1-1 count to number 8. That was my number when I played high school football for Buena and for Sterling College many, many moons ago. That goes inside. Pass ball. So we'll see if Buena can get out of this inning. Great job by the defense, turning 2. Again, there were some positive signs from Buena in this dominant game. Most positive sign was their fielding. It was not the fielding that ended up giving up the runs. It was the pitching. There were, I don't know how many errors there were by the Buena infielders or outfielders. They were very few, if there are. Thanks, Principal Young. Good to see you. Oh, okay. She's hanging out, going to get a different seat. That ball's coming foul, Right behind the cart. Just to the west of us. There we go. Bring it back, get a snack? No? Is that just at the Little League fields? Either way, 2 balls, 1 strike. To Manny De La Cruz. Swing and a miss. Oh, I guess there was 2 strikes. So that is swing and a miss. That strikeout brought to you by SSVEC. Buena will have one last chance as they will come to the plate in the bottom of the 7th, down by 11 in a game powered by SSVEC and brought to you by Aloe Fiber at aloefiber.com. Sierra Toyota. Hey, they want to buy your car, truck, or SUV. You can get your vehicle appraised in 30 minutes or less. No vehicle will be turned away. Sierra Toyota, locally owned, community-driven, and the presenting sponsor of the world's #1 Shelter Dog Game Show, Doggo Lotto, every Monday, 6 p.m. Arizona time. Thank you to Barnett's Towing and Propane, serving Southern Arizona since 1963. Copper Queen Community Hospital, making an appointment with one of their healthcare providers today in Bisbee, in Douglas, and in Hereford, Palominas. Thank you to Grasshopper Landscaping, the Trejo family and team at Grasshopper. They want to make sure that you are ready for spring and summer. Create that outdoor living space that you can enjoy all year round from Grasshopper Landscaping, quality from the ground up. Thank you to Ginger's Title Services of Sierra Vista at 999 East Fry Boulevard. Open tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. and open on Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Thanks to Berean Academy, where skill, strategy, and determination take center stage. Proud support of our local sports coverage. Look forward to calling some more of their football games in the fall. My goodness gracious, Berean Academy, 2 CAA championships in the last 3 seasons and 1 runner-up. So they've been in the championship game 3 straight years, and we've been there for all 3 of them. Watching them take it, absolutely fantastic sports program there. Thank you to Jeff Rose and his team at Desert RV in Huachuca City. I know we'll be seeing them at the Cars for Kids event over in the Cal Ranch parking lot on Saturday morning. A big fundraiser for the Boys and Girls Club and the Fraternal Order of Police. Thank you also to Stan Greer Millworks, the MORSE Automotive Group, American Southwest Credit Union, TWN Communications. We'll talk about all our sponsors before we wrap up here in this game. Number 5, Ajax, the left fielder, senior, comes to the plate. Watch a strike 1 go past. That ball foul tipped. 0-2 count. Again, Max Mason going for the complete game. Did I say Mason? I meant Manson. Max Manson. Excuse me. We're 2.5 hours into this thing. I try to think, but nothing happens. Ajax behind by 2 strikes. Nice shot over to the third baseman. Beautiful throw. Almost had to pull the first baseman off the bag, but he stretched out just far enough. 1 down. Buena, 2 outs away. Down to their final 2 outs, I should say. As the third pitcher in this game, who pitched the last 2 innings, Giovanni Henderson. Number 15 comes to the plate for Buena. That is a called strike. Manson has had a day on the mound. The only inning was that 4th inning where he looked a little bit skittish. That is a long fly ball to right field. And he made the catch. Danny Cereso, the right fielder, with the sun in his eyes, spinning, turning, makes the grab. And Nogales is 1 out away from their 11th win of the season. Vincent Haros leads the team in slugging for the Colts. Steps into the batter's box. Foul tip on the fastball. 0-1. If you are watching this game from Nogales or the greater Nogales area, leave some love in the live chat for your Nogales Apaches. They have put together a heck of a game today. 0-1 count to Vincent. Slaps it to third. The throw to first. 11 wins. As number 11, the third baseman, Angel Today, makes the throw over to first. Final score 13-2. As the teams shake hands, we want to say thank you to all of our sponsors: Ginger's Title Services of Sierra Vista, Grasshopper Landscaping, Copper Queen Community Hospital, Barnett's Towing and Propane, Sierra Toyota, Aloe Fiber, The Doggo Lotto, Seniors Helping Seniors, Vista Pros Heating and Cooling, Prestige Remodeling and Restoration, TWN Communications, American Southwest Credit Union, the MORSE Automotive Group, Stan Greer Millworks, Desert RV, Berean Academy, and SSVEC, serving our community and powering our live stream sports coverage on the award-winning Cool FM Sports. Nogales goes to 11-5, 4-0 in the 5A Southern. Their next game, after 3 straight days, 3 straight games, securing their 6th straight win. They will play Desert View, host Desert View, on Tuesday the 7th. The Colts fall to 10-7-1, 2-2 in the 5A Southern. Their next game will be on Monday, April 6th at Pueblo. Thank you so much for watching this live stream sports coverage from the award-winning Cool FM Sports. On behalf of John Berger behind the camera, Doggo Lotto Dan back in the studio, bringing you all of the replays, all the scoreboard, all of the sponsors, and on behalf of Todd Ryan, who started this page all those years ago to create the #1 source of news in all of Southern Arizona, Cool FM Live. I'm Jeff Davenport, the voice of Arizona, wishing you a wonderful rest of your evening. And again, Colts fall today, and we'll see what they're able to do on Monday at Pueblo. But everybody have a great rest of your Thursday, and we will check in with you again later on.